David Reyes, good to have you in here. So this week, G20 Summit, a lot of global leaders coming together, talking a lot about, well, certainly the economy. So let's start there. What do we need to know?
Well, what we need to know is we had jobless claims, as you discussed. We had really strong housing and jobless claims numbers last week, which initially propelled the market higher. And you've seen a little bit of a sell-off and a rebound. So we've really been in a range since November. Market is slightly higher this year for the first time. We had a down January of over 3% in the Dow. So as I talked to you before, the oil had to stabilize, and now we've had about a 20% rally in oil, and you've seen that give a little bit more cushion to the financial markets since you've seen the rise in oil prices. So there's still a correlation between the two. As it was mentioned on the video, there's lots of currency issues going on. You've got the quantitative easing in Europe with the ECB. You have negative interest rates still in with the Swiss, Japanese yen. I think the 5-year German Bund is in negative territory, which means you actually have to pay the bank to hold your money.
Wow.
So it makes U.S. interest rates very attractive, and I think for some time you'll see interest rates very positive, especially for refinance and home purchase. Right now they've ticked up a little bit, but I think you're going to see a push down further in the near future.
You know, I think it's interesting. In that video, you heard them talking about QE, right? So now there's quantitative easing happening in other parts of the world. When we ease back in our QE3 program, you would have thought that bond prices would have moved a little bit more than they did, and their yields would have moved obviously in the opposite direction. But seems like rates have still remained low here. Mortgage rates have been terrific, which gives us the opportunity right now to remind you, if you own a home, great opportunities to look at refinancing your mortgage. Certainly if you are renting a home, explore what that rent versus own analysis might look like. Our team can do that for you. David, you host a radio show on Sunday mornings. You're also heard regularly on our radio show on KCBQ. And recently you've been talking about this video with a warning of the road ahead. So I wanted to play this video here from CNBC again and get your comments on it. So hopefully we can pull that up here. Okay, let it roll, guys.
Griffin, the founder of Citadel, talking a little bit about their performance in January. Interestingly, they're up nearly 3% in their multi-strategy fund in January, which was a month where the S&P was down 3% and the average hedge fund per HFR up just about 0.5%. They say that given their very good performance as well in 2014, they're going to be having a lot of flexibility, doing some hiring actually with a focus on equities, which was a star performer for them last year. They're going to be hiring analysts, associates, also portfolio managers. Now, a couple words from Griffin about the current tone of the markets I found interesting. He says, we approach 2015 with vigilance while market conditions remain uncertain. A half-decade of unprecedented government intervention and monetary stimulus continues to impact the global financial markets. So always interesting to hear from him, Brian, given how much money they manage. And it looks like so far they're off to a good start.
Yeah, and it's a rare piece of Ken Griffin news research.
So David, I'm going to ask you the same question I ask all the time on the radio show. You're a smart guy. People listen in. They know that you know what you're talking about. But when we talk about a lot of these global issues, why should I care? I'm watching from home right now. I'm drinking my Saturday morning coffee. Why does this matter to me? How does it affect my financial plan, my retirement? Why should I care?
Well, I think that video is actually really important in a subtle way, but very powerful way. It was talking about Citadel. Citadel is one of the oldest hedge funds in the country. Been around about 24 years. They've actually averaged about 19% rate of return, with about half the volatility of the market. It's what's considered an alternative investment strategy. And a lot of our clients, we put that into their portfolio to reduce the volatility and have some type of non-correlated, or when the market zigs, we zag. So that is something that I think from a real fundamental standpoint, if you're asking why does it matter, there's strategies you can use to mitigate the volatility and risk. As you noted, as the interviewer noted, in that fund was up 3% when the market was down over 3%. That is diversification, where you're actually having a positive rate of return in a market that is negative. So you want to add strategies like that to your portfolio to mitigate your risk and increase your returns.
Well, let me give a gift out to our audience today. Sometimes I rush through this, and I really shouldn't. David Reyes, he's here every Saturday morning. You hear him on KCBQ all the time on our radio show, but I want you to reach out to him outside of the show. when we say things like educate, empower, and engage you, the engage part is what's so important. You get all this great information, but you can actually connect with David outside of this show. He does a financial review for anyone who tunes into the show and reaches out. He can do it for the first 5 viewers here today. It's $2,500. He's willing to give it out for free today. Well, this is where he's going to look and see, are you well diversified? Are you hedged against inflation or deflation? What is your tax strategy? Is your 401k getting eaten away by fees? These are things that are important whether the market goes up or down. So he's going to give it out to 5 people today. He's going to waive the $2,500 cost. No strings attached. If you'd like this, you can see the number right there on the screen. Just shoot us a text. And the first 5 people who text us, we will get you all connected there. And you're also going to get a free copy of his book, Successonomics. I've gotten better at saying that. David? Successonomics.
Yes.
And this is one that he wrote with Steve Forbes and some other brilliant financial minds. He's going to give you a free copy signed as well. If you would like to connect with David Reyes, get that financial review, waive the $2,500, and get a free copy of his book, just go ahead and send that text. And here's also his website as well for you, reyesplan.com. David Reyes, always appreciate you. Thanks for coming in here this morning.
Thank you.